Hey, welcome to this episode of Profitology with your friend, your CFO, Perry Jeffries. If you haven't joined us before, Profitology is the study of how we secure and grow your money, your business, your lifestyle, and your family. Hey, in this segment of Profitology, we're going to talk about a success hack. One that some are familiar with, may not be familiar to others, or maybe just isn't crystal clear. So we're going to talk about that success hack today and kind of just see how we can help take you here to the next level around your business, your finances, your family, and everything else. So today's success hack that we're going to discuss is the one here. Do you know what success actually looks like? So one success hack is modeling, right? Copying, modeling. I once had a mentor share with me the idea of CASE, C-A-S-E. Find someone who is successful and case it. Copy and steal everything. So that doesn't mean literally go out and commit a felony, but success does leave clues. So if you identify successful individuals or industries or people, and you really start to dive into how they're doing what they do, there's no reason why you can't go out there and duplicate it in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not to the magnitude. You may not be able to go out and duplicate the billion-dollar company and go and create a billion-dollar company on your own, but maybe you can take a lot of those principles and create yourself a $1 million company. So just something to consider here. But one of the issues that so many of us run into is we're going out and we're copying the wrong people. Let me say that again. We're going out and copying and modeling after the wrong people. So let's take a step back here. As children, how do we learn? We learn by watching and duplicating and modeling what we see our parents do, right? So how did you learn to eat, with a fork? You watch, mommy and daddy eat with a fork. How did you learn to, do things around the house? You saw mommy and daddy do it, or you saw your older brothers and sisters do it, or you saw cousins do it. So we as humans do a phenomenal job modeling what we see. Well, when it comes to creating success in your life, your finances, and your business, you can use the same, concept of modeling, but make sure you're modeling the correct role model. Make sure you're modeling success and you're not modeling an imposter. So what I mean by that is this. Everybody on social media looks phenomenal. They look great. Oh man, you're killing it. Oh man, you're successful. Oh, you got, 100,000 followers. But if your goal isn't to have 100,000 followers, if your goal is to put food on the table and provide a legacy and lifestyle, then you cannot go out modeling yourself off of just what you see on the surface. So this is what I learned in my almost 20 years of being a financial advisor. The wealthiest clients I had weren't the ones who had the biggest homes, weren't the ones who had the fanciest cars. I can tell you a multimillionaire right now who drives a minivan, right? So the deal is make sure you're modeling the right people and not the imposters. So if your goal is not to have a huge house and no money in your bank account and no money in your retirement, well, model that person then. Or if your goal is to have, have a business that looks phenomenal, where everybody like, oh my God, your business is so great, but when you lift up underneath the hood, they're broke. You gotta get crystal clear on who you model. You have to. And sometimes that means asking the hard questions. Let me see those tax returns. What does that statement look like, right? So you want to model people who actually have results. So don't model the image, model individuals who produce results. Let me say that again. Do not go out and copy and model the image you see. Go out and find individuals who have results and then find out what you're doing. So I wanted to kind of share that with you, so as far as who are you modeling, because your proof is in the pudding. So I want to tell you kind of one of my quick story here, and kind of what brought me to this point. I was a struggling entrepreneur for years. When I lost my job in 2014 and I started my business Financially Fit, everybody thought I was killing it because I had a lot of activity. I was making posts and I was speaking here and I was talking here, and oh my God, Perry, oh man, your business is thriving, it's so successful. The fact of the matter is I was broke. I remember getting my first quarterly check when I started my business. My first quarterly check was for $750. Let me say that again. My first quarterly check was for $750. That's the commission I received for the entire quarter. So while everybody thought I was out here killing it, I was struggling, what I'm saying, trying to figure out if I need to go get a part-time job, what I needed to do. Well, let me tell you when things start to change for me. And when we say success leaves clues, you hear that successful individuals read. Well, I start figuring out, what do I need to read? So I picked up a book called 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voog. And that book changed my life. I dove into that book. I was reading feverishly and started to follow Peter. And, what I did with that book, it was so good to me. I reached out to a couple of my buddies and said, yo, y'all got to read this book. And they're like, okay, P, if you said we got to read, I was like, yo, you got to read this book. So we're reading the book. And then I said, you know what? We're going to do a mastermind. We're going to meet I think it was Tuesday at 12 o'clock and discuss the book. So guess what? Every Tuesday, I think it was, we met and we went over chapters of the book. Well, guess what happened by me picking up the book, following the author, getting connected, and creating a mastermind? I was able to make six figures in 6 months. I actually came up short. I think I did 95,000 in 6 months. Still not bad, because that was way better than the $750 I had made that quarter. Well, now I'm all in. Wow, this is what I was able to do in that short period of time, right? Well, I start generating that momentum, right? So now success leaves clues. Leaders or readers. Successful individuals read. Successful individuals join mastermind groups. So I created my own mastermind group, but I still want to go to a whole nother level. So, I'm moving and started feeling myself, pounding my chest. All I did it, I made this money in 6 months and then went broke again. You know why? Because I wasn't consistent with the personal growth and development. Successful individuals, if you model the real successful ones, the legit millionaires and billionaires, if you really identify one, a real legit one, and start to understand what they do on a daily basis, you will be amazed. It's not what you think. The imposters do one thing, the legit successes do something totally different. Okay. So with that being said, right, like, okay, generate some momentum, and then I lost it. Well, you know what I did then? I understand that for me to be able to grow, I need to humble myself and ask for help. So I'm going back and forth. Who do I ask? Who do I ask? Well, I had the opportunity when I read that book, 6 Months to Six Figures, to connect with a gentleman by the name of Austin Netzley, who was at the time found out that he actually helped the author Peter Voog bring the book 6 Months to Six Figures to market. And his specialty at the time was helping entrepreneurs author and publish their books so they can be authorities. So I started, connecting with Austin. I joined a mastermind group, mind blown. So, joined a mastermind group with Austin, and we're working and I'm learning some things, and it's absolutely amazing. And he's helping dive into my business with my messaging, the whole nine. And then I go off to get married. I come back, I reach out to Austin. I said, hey, bro, I need help. My business is struggling. I'm 10 times busier than I've ever been. I'm making 30% less than I've ever made, than I made the previous year. I need help. I need a set of eyes on my business. And that's when he told me about the company he was launching, 2X. And 2X was a company that's going to help 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs 2X their business in 90 days. Well, I invested in that coaching. With that coaching came with a mastermind. And not only was I able to 2X my business, I was able to 5.7X my business, in 90 days, and create those and learn and create those systems that I needed to continue to scale. So since then, I have consistently done 6 figures in my business, And here was the secret. I modeled after somebody who had done it. I looked at what Austin was doing. I follow him. I listen to, I read his emails when they go out. You know, saying he and I have personal conversations. I hired him as a coach, and that's what I did. I found somebody who actually did it. When I wanted to decided I wanted to get back into real estate after losing everything when I lost in real estate, I didn't talk to my buddies about, hey, you want to get in real estate? You want to do it? No, I have a friend and I can reach out and touch who has over $400 million in real estate. And what did I do? I called him up and said, I need to come and meet with you and just follow you and have you mentor me. And that's what I did. I bought a plane ticket to Washington, D.C. I went out there for a day and a half and saw how he was building his entire empire. Why? Because I found people who were legitimately success, not the image, but had the results to show the success. So many times we get hung up on image. Stop focusing on image. That shit'll hurt you. Start focusing on results. And results ain't a big house or a fancy car. Understand that. That's not what results are. I've been in my industry almost 20 years. I can tell you that's not what results are. Because I have clients who you wouldn't see coming who are worth millions of dollars, right? So moving on. My point is this. If you're gonna model after somebody who is legit. Identify who the legit people are. Do not be fooled by the, hey, this is what I see on the surface, right? And understand that we all go through our ups and downs. So just because somebody is successful, you know what I'm saying, as an entrepreneur, does not mean that they haven't had struggles and go and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But still, those are the individuals you want to model. What are you eating? What are you drinking? What are you reading? You know, what do you listen to? What's your daily habits? What's your daily routine? Who do you talk to? You know, who's your mentor? Who's your coach? Those are the questions that you need to be asking people before you start to model after them, because we know that's how we learn. We've been doing it since we have been children, and we're still doing it as adults. Unfortunately, we don't know how to identify success. Therefore, we're modeling the wrong people, right? So as I'm kind of looking here, going through my other notes, a couple things that successful people do, legit successful people do. One, they read. When I went and met with my friend who's a multimillionaire, close to having $1 billion in real estate here soon, he works out first thing in the morning. He reads feverishly. He came and brought all these books. Hey, P, I'm reading this. I'm reading this. I'm reading this. I'm mind blown. Like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. So one, what are you reading? What do the really successful people read? Okay. Two, mentorship and mentorship. Let's talk about that, because mentorship is not the same as coaching. Mentorship is when somebody who has a personal invested interest in you, who's further along the line than you are, tells you some things and kind of puts you up on some game. So that's mentorship. Please don't confuse mentorship with coaching, because coaching, which is the third thing that all of these people have, coaching is when you actually invest in yourself. I heard it best. I was on a call here recently, and somebody said it best. When you pay for a coach, you're not paying a coach. You're investing in yourself. So coaching. So P, what's the difference between coaching and mentoring? Well, your mentor ain't getting paid because they have a personal invested interest in you. They want to see you win. But a coach is somebody who's being paid to help you achieve a particular result. That's an investment. And many people aren't willing to make that investment. They rather just get opinions from broke people and imposters versus actually going to people who have results and paying for that coaching. So that's the third thing. And the fourth thing, y'all, is mastermind. When I hired my coach, and I paid 5 figures for this coach, when I hired my coach, and I've traveled across the country to all the masterminds, I've gotten so much value from the mastermind, because instead of me trying to rely on just what I see and what I hear and my perception, I'm now able to rely on a room of other successful individuals in their field who are all still looking to grow. You know what I'm saying? All of us, none of us are perfect. We're all looking to grow, because that's why we're in a mastermind together, because we realize we're not perfect, but we still want to grow. So we're in this room with these sharp people, and they're able to identify blind spots. And Perry, have you thought about doing this? Have you thought about doing that? And boom, light bulb goes off. Something goes to the next level. Boom, somebody in the mastermind group becomes a client because they know we have the same values and principles and believe in personal growth and development. So those are the 4 things that I see every successful person do. They read, they have a mentor, they invest in coaching, and they join a mastermind group. But you first need to identify who the successful people are. So that's my success hack today on Profitology. It's not about, when we do these segments here, it's not always about the technical, the hey, put your money here or invest in this. So much of this starts with your mindset. Your income is a direct reflection of how you think, and how you think is a direct reflection of your environment. And your environment consists of what you see, what you hear, who you listen to, who's in your circle, where you're learning, right? Those are all parts of your environment. So again, those four things again, we'll run them down one more time for you. One, what are you reading? Find out what successful people read, go read that. Two, mentor. Find somebody who's further down the line than you, who has a personal interest in you, who's willing to put you on some game and share some things with you. That's usually going to be a friend, a family member, maybe a coworker. Three, coaching. Invest in coaching for yourself. Any high performer, whether we're talking about athletics, entrepreneurship, or anything else, has a coach. Those who invest in coaching usually get a return on investment on that, even if it's not an immediate return on investment. There's something that can help you build and continue to grow where you can compound that investment over time. And four, join a mastermind group. All right, y'all. So those are my four success hacks. But it starts also too with identify successful people who are legit. And if you know people legit, don't go off what you see on social media as far as, the house and the car and, oh yeah, here's my wad of money. How about you ask for the results? Find the results. Find the people who said, hey, I spoke to this person and this was my result. Or, hey, I worked with this person and this was my result. Or, hey, can you share some of your results with me? Can we speak to some of your clients? Can we talk to some people who have gone through your program, right? That's where you go to find out where you need to model and case. Okay. So that's today's segment, y'all. Profitology here with Perry Jeffries, Success Hack. If you're interested in joining a mastermind group, we're actually launching a new group here. Recently, it's called Profit Plus Mastermind. How our mastermind group is set up, we're going to build it out with only 10 people, 10 individuals. They have to be in all 10 separate industries so that there's no overlap, because we want totally different industries and we want to have all four generations represented. So, the Gen X, the millennials, the baby boomers, right? We want to have all of those represented. So 10 separate industries, four different generations, because that's the purpose of the mastermind, is not to have a lot of overlap, but to have fresh, different ideas from different perspectives. And there's a lot we can learn from the older generation all the way to the baby generation. And there's a lot we can learn from individuals in different industries. So if you're interested in joining a mastermind group, we're launching our Profit Plus Mastermind. We're taking applications through Monday, April 27th, and then that closes. So if you're interested, use the link here to go ahead and learn more about our mastermind, if you may be a good fit. And because this is our first one, this is our founders program, we are doing this for an investment of little to nothing. So we're super excited about it. Definitely click on the link if you want to learn more. Reach out to us directly. And thank you for joining us for this episode of Profitology with Perry Jeffries. Peace.